Did someone say free passport to Europe through your grandparents? Yep, you heard that right. If your family has Goan roots, you might already be eligible for a Portuguese passport. And in this first episode, we're going to be diving into your burning questions from the comment section to show you exactly how things work. Hey everyone, I'm Jason Machado, Director at TIC Global. Now, for those of you who don't know, TIC started with one simple mission: to help people reconnect with their Goan roots and unlock the opportunities they deserve. In fact, for the past few years, I've been working closely with individuals and families of Goan origin, helping them turn confusion into confidence when it came to their Portuguese nationality. From navigating missing documents to dealing with government red tapes, I've seen it all, and trust me, if you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or just plainly lost, you're not alone. This is your go-to channel for breaking down the complicated legal stuff into bite-sized, understandable steps. What began as a small consulting service has now grown into a fully fledged support system for thousands of people across the globe. We've been getting a flood of YouTube comments from viewers asking everything from "Do I need my grandparents' birth certificates?" to "Can I still apply if my documents are lost?" So today, we're answering those burning questions directly, honestly, clearly, and with all the inside info we've gathered with years of experience. So let's begin answering the most common questions. The first question is, my dad was from Goa but born in Bombay. He has passed away and so has his parents. Am I still eligible for a Portuguese passport? Yes, you would still be eligible for a Portuguese passport through his Goan ancestry, even though your dad was born in Bombay. The key point here is his parents or grandparents were born in Goa before 1961. The process will require official documentation such as your father's birth certificate and his death certificate. Additionally, since the father is no longer alive, the process would likely involve transferring eligibility to the next generation, which is you or your siblings. One essential requirement is that the applicant must learn Portuguese up to a basic proficiency level, generally A2. It's not as hard as it sounds, and many coaching options are available. The next question: if my parents were born in Goa before 1961 and I have all the documents, that's the birth certificate, civil and church marriage certificates, are my grandparents' documents also still required? Yes, even if you have complete documentation for your parents, you will still need supporting documents for your grandparents. Specifically, among your grandparents' documents, the grandfather's birth certificate, your grandmother's birth certificate, or their marriage certificate, you'll need to submit any two of these documents. These would also serve as evidence to support the legitimacy and the historical timeline of your family's Goans roots. This requirement helps Portuguese authorities validate the ancestry and ensure your lineage qualifies under the nationality laws. The next question: are birth and marriage certificates from local registry offices considered original? Absolutely, as long as the documents are officially stamped and signed by the registrar or the issuing authority, they are considered original and are legally valid. This includes certificates issued by archives or sub-register offices. The key is to ensure that the documents aren't just photocopies. They must have the official seal, signature, and ideally a registration number. These details verify authenticity when submitting them for your Portuguese nationality process. The next question: I want to register my marriage in Portugal, but my wife was born in 1985 and doesn't have a birth certificate. Can we still register the marriage? Unfortunately, the quick answer is no. A birth certificate is a mandatory requirement when registering a marriage in Portugal. Without it, the process cannot proceed. However, there is a solution. If your wife doesn't have a birth certificate, she can apply for one at a municipal birth office, like the BMC in Mumbai. If the office refuses to issue one due to missing records or late registration, the next step is to obtain a court order to mandate the issuance. Once this is done, you can then continue with the marriage registration process. The official process depends on the origin of your documents. If your documents were issued in North Goa, they need to be notarized in North Goa and further authenticated by the collector's office before being apostilled. The same applies for South Goa with the respective offices there. The apostle confirms the legitimacy of the Indian documents for use in Portugal. So if CRC was to reject your documents, it's usually due to incorrect formatting or missing authentication. Make sure every document is properly stamped, signed, and follows the right procedure based on the issuing district. The year of the file being processed can vary depending on the volume of the applications and the internal workflow at the Portuguese registry. Clients at TIC Global get timely updates on this because we monitor the applications closely. So if you're working with an agent, they should be able to provide you with this information. If not, we recommend booking a free consultation with us. Hey everyone, I'm thrilled to share some exciting news. We've launched a brand new website, and that's not all. So we are proud to introduce the Portuguese Passport CSA, an AI-powered chatbot designed specifically to guide you through every process of your Portuguese passport process. Whether you're confused about your eligibility, stuck on your documentation, or just need a quick answer, our chat box is here 24/7 to help simplify your process. It's fast, friendly, and built to give you accurate information, real-time support without the stress of waiting for replies from your agents. So if you're starting your Portuguese passport journey, head on to our website and let CSA do the heavy lifting. Your path to Portuguese passport just got a whole lot easier and agent-free. What if one of my parents was born outside Goa and doesn't have a birth certificate? In this case, where a parent was born outside Goa and lacks a birth certificate, you'll need to first determine why is it unavailable. Was the birth never registered? Is the registry office unable to find it? For example, if you're in a city like Mumbai, you'll have to first obtain a no birth certificate found record from your local authority. After that, you'll need to get a court order instructing the municipal body to issue a new birth certificate. These steps are essential to fill the gaps in documentation and are critical for nationality registration. So what if the second generation application was born outside India? That's not a problem. The place of birth for the second generation application doesn't affect the eligibility so long as the first generation ancestors, which is usually the parent, was born in Goa before 1961. The entire Portuguese nationality process depends upon proving the Goan ancestry through that period, which is pre-1961 connections. So even if the child or the grandchild is born abroad, they can still apply for the Portuguese nationality. Are copies of Goan archives considered original documents? Yes, copies obtained from Goan archives are accepted as original documents as long as they meet the specific criteria. They must have an official stamp, be signed by the issuing authority, and include a 3 rupees revenue stamp, which is standard for archival copies. These details make the documents legally acceptable in nationality and passport applications. I submitted my daughter's nationality application but haven't received the process number. What should I do? First, clarify how you submitted the application. If it was through your agent, contact them directly. They should provide you a process number. Remember, having a process number is your right. If it was through your consulate, reach out to the office for a status update. If you're still struggling to get an answer, we can help retrieve the process number for you for a nominal service. So I would suggest you booking a free consult, link in the description below. My wife doesn't have a birth certificate and I want to register our marriage in Portugal. Can we use another document instead? Unfortunately, no. There is no substitute for a birth certificate when it comes to a marriage registration. Here your wife must obtain her birth certificate first. If none exists, the only legal path is to secure a court order to issue a new one. Without it, the marriage cannot be registered in Portugal, and this will impact the ability to apply for a nationality or register subsequent generations. Can a Portuguese national work as a government employee in India? No. The answer for this is no. Once someone takes a Portuguese nationality, they must resign from the Indian government position. According to Indian law, foreign nationals cannot hold government posts. So, if your mother or father is currently in a government job and plans to acquire a Portuguese nationality, she or he must resign as soon as they become Portuguese nationals. In addition, she may also not be eligible for government pension benefits afterwards. My grandparents were born in Goa. How can I start the process to get a Portuguese passport? You're on the right track. Start by collecting essential documents like your grandfather's birth and marriage certificates, your parents' birth records, and your own birth certificate. The process involves multiple steps, including documentation, verification, translation, notarization, and apostling. Can you share the list of documents required and explain how your firm helps with the Portuguese passport process. Absolutely. We've created a comprehensive video detailing documents required. The list includes birth certificates, records, identity proofs, and supporting legal documents. At TIC, we offer a full service support, right from helping you find the missing documents to guiding you through the final submission in Portugal. Our 360-degree service ensures that you have help every step of the way, including translation, apostling, and submissions to Portugal. You can book a free consult by clicking on the link below. So if this video answered even one of your questions, I want to hear from you in the comments below. In addition, drop your biggest concern below and I might just feature it in my next episode. And hey, if you're ready to take action, book a free 20-minute consult with our team and we'll be happy to help you with the fastest and the most efficient way to get your documents and process on track. Links in the description below. Thank you for your time and I'll see you in the next video.